Hi everyone, it is the last day for you to work on finalizing your projects, okay? First, what we're going to do is get some instructions on how to conduct a peer review, okay? So listen up, I'm going to give some instructions. I will ask the substitute to pause the video, have you get situated, start the video again so I can give you the instructions, okay? Alrighty, so first things first. When the video gets paused, you are going to get into your groups, okay? Not just yet, just a moment. Get into your groups, those of you that are working with a group. If you're working by yourself, you can just stay put, okay? Get moved, get situated, and then I want one person from each group to come forward and get a copy of the peer review worksheet, okay? The substitute will have that. You only need one per group. And again, if you're working by yourself, you need to come up and get one for yourself, okay? Then, once you have that situated, then I'll have you start the video up again so I can give you the instructions on the peer review worksheet, okay? So you're going to move into your groups, send one person up to get the worksheet, get back and situated, make sure someone has a writing utensil to write down some things on that worksheet. All right, pause the video and we'll get back at it as soon as you get situated. Okay, now let's talk about this worksheet and what has to happen. Okay, so whoever is going to be writing, so the designated recorder, for this part, the creator's name, make sure you put all names of people in your group. If you are working by yourself, then just put your name. And will you, right next to here, put your class hour and A day or B day. So if you're in third hour A day, you put that. If you're in second hour B day, you put that. Okay, simply designate that. So in case it gets separated from your class, it's fast and easy for me to get that in the right spot. Okay, next, I need you to talk with people in your group and think about one specific thing that you would like some feedback on of your project so far. I realize not everyone has got everything totally done yet, but pick something that you would like some feedback on. Is it about the processing where you're like, I'm not sure if we have explained this so that it makes sense? Is it about the problem that your app is supposed to tackle and solve? Okay. Is it something about your design and what it looks like? I'm not sure, but pick one thing on there. Okay. You'll talk about that in a little bit. After you get that defined, then this next part is going to be what the group that you are going to switch off with, they're going to fill this part out. I do want you to make note of something right over here, though, outside of these boxes. So will you just write slides right about here to the left of this table? Okay, I'll make this a little bigger to make it easier to see. All right, so you're noticing in this table, it says evidence I found, types of evidence, ideas for more. So the first thing you're going to look for, is go through the whole slideshow first. All right, get an idea of what it is. And then what I want you to do is go specifically to look at slide 7. This is where the output should be described. See if it's there. Jot down some evidence. So if you have more than one person in your group, then you should have one person being the recorder, a couple of people looking at the slides and kind of reading out loud and describing the evidence here. What are ideas for more? Give some more feedback here about, I wonder what else they could have on this one. Okay. Second one is all about storage. This is the very last slide of the slideshow, slide 9. Okay. Similarly, now let's say that you are reviewing someone's project and they don't have this slide done yet. Then simply write not done here. And then ideas for more. Well, we would like it to be completed. So say something like complete it or finish it. So that way It's kind of a note when I go back and look at these that say, at the time you did this, this was not completed. All right, now this next part about the problem. And there's really 3 slides you have to look at here. Slide 2, slide 4, and slide 5. Because is the problem well defined? Who is the target audience that's going to use the app? And then how are you going to be able to tell if the problem is solved? All right. So you'll have to look at 3 slides there to make sure that you get all that information and share perhaps ideas for more. The purpose and use, that should be on slide number 3. And the input is on, or I should say, input should be on slide 6 and processing is on slide 8. Okay. So once you have gone through that, analyzed what they have so far in their slideshow and ideas for more, turn the paper over, then give some free response feedback. Gosh, I like this. I like the way you came up with a design for this. I like that you have so many inputs that your app will use so that the user gets some really specific output or something like that. Same thing with, I wish your app could do this or something. And what if? What if you could even add on this component to it? That'd be kind of cool. All right, when you get done with this part, and again, making sure that you put your names here as to who's reviewing, okay? Then give it back to the original owner, and the original owner has to answer these 3 questions. What piece of feedback was most helpful? What surprised you the most? And based on this feedback, what changes would you make to your app? Okay. This should take 10 to 12 minutes or so. All right. So here's how this is going to work. Now that you at least have jotted down what slides that you should look at for evaluating someone else's project, then here's what's going to happen. Okay. In your group, you're going to have one Chromebook. So find somebody who's going to have the slideshow up and open and your copy of the peer review. And you are going to give this to the group that I assign you when the substitute's going to show you this slide in a moment, specific for your class. Okay. You will give your information to that group. They will give you that information or their stuff to you, and you will do a peer review for that group. Okay. When you're done, get everything back and then work on getting your projects done. If you don't have your project guide in yet, make sure you get it done ASAP. All right. Again, end of the quarter is just in a few days, and we've got to make sure we get all of this good stuff done. Alrighty, good luck, and I'm excited to see your projects.